Well, we're gonna go into the Bengals, right? That's where I'm gonna be picking up here. And
I love
hey,
them.
bro, everything that the Browns are, the Bengals aren't, bro. Right? And the Bengals bad defense. They don't run the ball well, and they throw and they throw and they throw. And for that, I love the Bengals. I love the Bengals this year for fantasy purposes. I wasn't a fan of the chase over Sewell. I don't think anybody was, but what's done is done. And they now have a wide receiver core of Chase, Higgins, and Boyd. Good luck covering that freaking
Nice.
that team right there, bro. Uh, Chase is going as a wide receiver 10 in startups. To me, that's a bit steep.
Crazy.
I
Crazy
mean,
for me.
he hasn't done anything yet. Now, could he be great? Sure, but wide receiver 10 that you're drafting him at his ceiling, and you're leaving no room for mistake, bro. So as much as I like him, I'm passing on Chase at wide receiver 10. Now, what we're talking, Higgins, wide receiver 21, that's a value. Okay,
Woof.
okay, and don't get me started. Boyd, he's going as the wide receiver 40. Boyd,
Disrespected.
disrespected, bro. Boyd could be a wide receiver 2 this year, and I wouldn't be the least bit shocked if you're getting him at wide receiver 40 prices. Um, Another year, bro, and another year we're all jumping on the Joe Mixon breakout hype train. It's coming, and God help me, man, I'm back aboard. I'm back aboard for this another round. Gio's gone. All right, so that means I watched a lot of Bengals games last year. While Gio didn't do much, they kept putting Gio in the game in passing situations. They put him in the game on goal line situations. They had him running the 2 minute offense, and that those are just empty snaps, empty routes, and those are routes and hopefully snaps that are going to go to Mixon, who hopefully will be getting done a lot more work with a lot more done with that type of work than Gio was. So Gio's gone, which is great. We have a better O line, right? They have some people coming back from injury. They drafted some O line this year in the second and third rounds, I believe. Burrow's coming in the second year. I know he's dealing with with that bad nasty knee injury, but all reports show that he's on track to come back. Um, Burrow's got some sneaky athleticism, right? He was running a little bit in the beginning of last year. I think he'll come back to that, but it won't be it won't be until either the end of this year or early next year. So you're gonna have this guy Burrow, knees still getting some work, needing to recover. He's gonna be throwing the ball more. That means dump offs to Joe Mixon. That means to Higgins, that Boyd, that's Chase. Again, they have a bad defense. To me, I think this whole offense is ready to blow up. I'm buying as many pieces as I can. I think Higgins is a good buy, and so is Boyd. If you look back this time or mid season last year, you couldn't buy Higgins. At the end of last season, Higgins, you couldn't buy him, right? That's before Chase came. Everybody thought Higgins is the best. He's gonna be the beast. And all of a sudden they draft Chase. Higgins drops down to wide receiver 21. Again, he's the same player. He's the same player with the same skills that everybody was buying or wanted to buy at the end of last year. And so you shouldn't be scared away of a player like Chase, who's very good in his own right. Don't get me wrong, and he's probably the alpha out of the two. But you can still Higgins is a value right now. So I'm buying Higgins before people realize how super good he is. And just a real quick super sleeper for this team is Chris Evans, man. Michigan
Agree.
play. The same reason we like Nico Collins. He played at Michigan. Harbaugh
Hmm.
really wasn't doing much with him. It's the same reason we like Chris Evans. He was super underutilized. Has real nice hands. There's been a lot of good talk coming out of him, out of camp. Gio's gone. Mixon's the starter, but the only other guy on the team is Samaje Perine, who's slow as fuck, bro. So for me, grab Chris Evans in the late rook in the end of your rookie drafts, or even as a free agent.
Bro, I'm with you 100%. I've been doing that with Chris Evans. Just the hype that this kid had coming out of high school is good enough for me. Like I said, you got to give these kids playing for Harbaugh a pass, man. At least a few years. I think around the right personnel and the right people, this kid could be next up in line if Mixon doesn't work out. I agree with you. Everything you said, I'm just not with it. I'm not with the whole thing on Mixon, bro. I think Mixon's gonna get a lot. He's gonna eat because he's gonna get a lot more passes. But my brother, I watched those games last year and they were horrendous to watch because that guy could not get past the line, bro. Like he
But
could
the O
not
line, but if
get.
the O line improves, he gets more holes and he gets more.
Oh no, not only that, but I'm gonna agree with you. They kept sticking. Bernard in the game at all the wrong times. Bro, them not going Sewell and not. I don't think that line's improving, bro. I think they're trying to accommodate for not going Sewell in the later rounds, and they're not gonna do that. Another thing that concerns the shit out of me is Burrow's knee, bro. Did you see that guy's brace? The brace that he has on? Did you see him walk into the facility? Bro, that shit doesn't look right. His knee does not look like it's ready to go. So, in saying that, I know that he might be all right because it's gonna be a fast-paced passing offense. Go out and get Higgins. Don't go and get Chase at the 10. That is, like Brandon said, you're drafting him at his ceiling, and there's no room for error there. He couldn't have said it better than that. I guarantee you he will not be there next year. You got to give these guys, you got to see these guys on the field first. Higgins, I'm all the way with. And Boyd, huh, let me tell you something. He's being majorly disrespected right now. And another little sleeper that I'm going to tell you, they not only went and got Chase for Burrow, but they went and got his tight end in LSU, which is Randy Moss's son. He might not translate very fast, but he's still liked by Burrow. So he might put him in. He might be a red zone target. Blocking's a little iffy. That's why he's not really being mentioned right now. But if he can get his blocking up to par and he can get in some snaps from Uzama, and from Sample, because Uzama's coming from an Achilles tear. He's not bad at tight end, but Achilles injuries usually when players get injured there, they don't come back the same. So he's available on the free agent market. You can get that guy for $1. It's not even a mission. If you don't have any tight ends and you're looking for sleeper tight ends, or like I said, your taxi squad's open and you got a room for one more and you need a tight end and there's nothing available, go out and get him. Randy Moss's son, he's been around the game the whole time, and maybe the second team is a charm for him. He did play with Burrow in college, so that's a major, major plus.
Yeah, and that's why they grabbed him, right? So that Burrow can feel comfortable with the players around him. So hey, there's at the end of free agent people throwing darts. That's what the whole purpose is, right? So I agree. If you have a spot on your bench, especially tight end premium, throw a dart at Moss. See what happens in the offseason. You can always drop him and pick somebody else up when the first waiver wire runs on week 1, right?
Yeah, and let me tell you, you know, you could be right. If that line is just half as better than it was last year, boy, let me tell you, that mixed in train might be popping.
Well, and
And
don't forget they had a first round lineman. They drafted him and he got injured in like the first or second week. He was injured the whole rest of the year, and he's coming back. So they have some talent. It's almost like they have an extra first round pick coming back. So we've all been burned by Mixon in the past. But if you're on the offense, if you're on for the Bengals offense, by definition, Mixon has to eat, right? So there's worse people out there, and you can get them in the late second round. So I'm going for it. But moving